We've made a genuine effort to resolve this issue. I think the problems behind the scenes in the trade union are now coming to the fore, and I think people are beginning to recognise and talk publicly about something that has been talked about privately for some time.
But just as much as you are accused of of wanting to break the union, do you believe that there may be a division within the union that wants to break the airline?
Well, there's no question that there are people within the union who've publicly stated that they would not be sad to see British Airways fail.
If we look, though, at the last two supposed items, giving seniority back on the perks and the disciplinary action, on the seniority question, you could have given them their seniority back and just been done with it.
Well, we already compromised on that, because if you remember, I publicly stated I would not give the travel concessions back at all in response to a request from the TUC. I agreed a framework with the TUC where cabin crew could get their travel concessions back. And I think that recognises that we're able to compromise, that recognises, that we are prepared to move and are prepared to make significant moves to try and reach agreement.
Why give them a cudgel to beat you over the head back with? Why not just simply say, yeah, that one you can have back?
Well, I think it is important that there is a recognised and real sanction, and that has been accepted by Tony Woodley. In the conversations that I've had with Tony, in fact, he agrees with me. He says, you're right, you should sanction people, and he accepts that it is a responsible and reasonable thing to do.
Your passengers, frankly, have had enough. They are saying, what on earth is going on at British Airways? And they will soon start voting with their feet.
No, I think some people are saying that, and I can understand that, and clearly I'm bitterly disappointed that any of my customers should suffer disruption as a result of this unjustified industrial action. I think customers are getting great confidence out of the fact that we were able to operate the vast majority of our flights through the last period of industrial action, and we will do so again through this period of industrial action. And we will build up our contingency and eventually, in due course and not too distant future, get to a point where we can operate a full schedule in the face of industrial action. And that is what will give people confidence.
We have an airline in British Airways that has these very disparate aspects to it now. On the plus side, you've got the Iberia deal, you've got ATI coming down the road, you've got your cost base. But on the downside, you've got this industrial dispute, you've got volcanic ash, and you've got a taxation issue with the UK government. How would you sum up the British Airways of today?
I think the British Airways of today is in much better shape than we were. I think the challenges we face can all be overcome. I think we've made good progress in dealing with our cost base. This is a business that has been shrinking to stay alive. You cannot do that forever. So what we need to do is get a more competitive cost base, one that will allow us to grow the business, and we're getting there. In fact, we've demonstrated from the results that we've produced today that we've made very significant progress in relation to that. We will resolve any industrial relations issues, or we will eliminate the impact that those issues can have on our business and on our customers. And we will ultimately get to a sensible regime in relation to dealing with the threat of volcanic ash. And I recognise that volcanic ash can represent a risk to aviation, but not on the scale that we've seen, resulting in the closure of airspace and widespread airspace over Europe and particularly over the United Kingdom. I don't have confidence in the use of these charts, which are charts that show the predicted dispersion of volcanic ash. I don't have confidence in them. I don't believe they accurately reflect the existence of volcanic ash in the air, and I think we need to move very quickly to a much more sensible regime. I don't think a computer model that estimates some of the key variables in this is a relevant way to determine the safety of air travel.